Hear the noise or the hate, we just get it done. I guess only champs feel where we coming from. Lone Squad is a name that's already known. But if you live under a rock, I'm talking Pat Mahomes. That's a reigning Super Bowl MVP that can strike through the air or do you in with his cliche. We got Tyreek Hill, not even real. Here's the deal, on the field, he's fast as automobiles. And Travis Kelce is a monster, but with skill. 1,000 yards, 5 straight seasons, no chill. Tyrann Mathieu got the defense locked up in case you was wondering why your offense stopped.
We just get started.
Gotta blow teams out, just win. Breaking news, we the champs, this just in. We know exactly what this run takes, that's a fact. At Kansas City, what you say, can we back to back?
All right, the only thing hotter than that Chiefs track is the actual Chiefs. Over Patrick Mahomes' last 24 starts, the Chiefs are 23-1 and scoring over 30 points per game. Included in that span is a Lombardi Trophy and Super Bowl MVP. But even with all the accolades, Mahomes knows better than to underestimate any opponent, especially the guy getting after him this week.
Yeah, I've known Miles for a long time, being in high school, and trust me, he was the exact same size in high school as he is now. So I'm glad I didn't play him then. But he's a tremendous player, plays extremely hard, has a ton of talent, and that they have talent across that whole entire defense. And so for us, it's about executing at a high level, getting the ball out of my hands, kind of like I said, letting guys make plays, and we're going to have to play our best football if we want to win a football game at the end of the day.
Willie, POV, you're in high school and you're going up against Myles Garrett. Same size as he is right now. Absolutely not. That's a pass. No question, though, that this will be one of the toughest tests for the Browns this week, of course. And we just heard Mahomes there. Listen, there's talent there. Myles Garrett just alone is a threat. But how can this Browns defense really slow down Mahomes and that Chiefs offense?
You said slow down, not stop. So
Correct.
I think to be able to slow down with Pat Mahomes and this Chiefs offense, you got to get after him with 4. And Pat Mahomes said it. The front 4 is the key. You got to be able to drop 7 into coverage. Now, the Browns struggled in the second half against the Steelers. Okay, Stewart, you gave up 3 touchdowns, and Jackson gave up a touchdown. They gave up 4 touchdowns in the second half and 324 passing yards. When you play against the Kansas City Chiefs, if you drop in the zones, guy like Kelce is going to be the one that eats you up. When you play man-to-man like you see right here, then you got 3 fast guys. You got Hill, Robinson, and Hardman. They're all going to pick you apart. They're going to find the weak link, and they're going to attack you. So you got to be able to drop 7, double cover one of those guys, mix and match, zone and man-to-man. Don't let them see what you're doing every single time. And hope and pray that you get a couple turnovers and you can get off the football field. I think it's going to be extremely tough, but they do have 4 guys up front that they can rush and drop 7.
That was quite a list, William.
I'm just saying,
else?
it's tough. It's hard. I got a lot more, but we got to move on.
Right, we only have so much allotted time. And, of course, you know that I was going to hit you on this Bucs-Saints game, right? All right, okay. So the Saints have owned the Buccaneers this season. It has been rough. What are the keys to victory, though, for Tampa this weekend?
Playoffs, okay? It's new season. So the first thing you got to do if you're the Bucs is you got to score points. 34 points to be exact. I think you got to go in and you got to be able to hit your playmakers in space. They got a lot of them. You got to make sure that you get on the board, you start fast, okay, and you finish strong because the Saints are going to score points. The other thing is establish the line of scrimmage. Run the football. They ran the football against Washington 29 times for $142. That's good. You got to be able to keep the line of scrimmage move and move the ball. The other guy is that man right there. You got to get him involved. Gronk, he had 1 target, no receptions. He'll have his one-on-one opportunities. Get him involved. Make sure you keep him involved in the whole exact offense. And then the last thing for me, key 4, as you see right here, is the pass defense. The Bucs have got to clean it up. Too many holes in the zones. They gave up some one-on-one opportunities right there, and Heineke was able to move the ball as he did on a consistent basis and find guys against that defense. And they haven't been playing great going into the playoffs, so they got to clean that up as well.
All right, and we're going to hit another aspect of this game for you, but that's a little later on in the show. Our girl, Jane Slater, she is covering this matchup for us. Jane?
At 36, Saints quarterback Drew Brees said he had plans to play well into his 40s. And if critics had something to say about it, well, he didn't want to hear it. Friday, Brees turns 42. And since making that statement, he's guided his team to 4 playoff runs. And ahead of this one, he'll be playing against another elite quarterback playing into his 40s, Tom Brady. Brees told us Wednesday he'd texted with Brady earlier in the week. Not something you typically do, but they've known each other for a long time. See things the same way.
When Tom Brady signed with the Bucs, and I knew that he was coming to our division, I envisioned this game. So what was that, 9 months ago, 8 months ago? I envisioned this game happening because I knew our aspirations as a team to be in the playoffs and beyond. And I certainly knew what he was bringing to the Bucs and that talented roster. And so I think this is probably where we all envisioned being.
The Saints swept the Bucs in the regular season. In fact, that last contest, the Bucs only put up 196 total yards and just 3 points. Since then, that offense has seemingly turned the corner, averaging 500 total yards of offense and roughly 38 points a game. Players like Mike Evans said they've gotten healthier. They found out more about themselves. And one of those keys to success has been a better balance of the pass and run game. Now, of course, Ronald Jones did not practice on Wednesday. The hope is he can go on Thursday. If he can't, though, they do have Leonard Fournette.
Coming up tomorrow on NFL Total Access, every angle of that Tampa Bay New Orleans game from a man who better get his angles right against Brady and the Bucs. Saints safety Malcolm Jenkins is our special guest. Friday, always an important day in our week. It's when we make the transition from what could happen to what will. Game picks, stat projections, and upset alerts for all 4 divisional round games. But first, Hall of Famer Kurt Warner is back with his top 3 matchups to watch this weekend. Next, undefeated 11-game start to the 2020 season ended with Ben Roethlisberger in tears after losing to the Browns in the wild card. Today, head coach Mike Tomlin spoke about his QB1 and his performance this season.
Man, I was more than pleased with the performance of his health and his ability to stay up. In terms of the quality of his play and our play, we'll begin to assess that in the upcoming days. But in terms of him responding to the challenges that he specifically came into the season